It's time to flex. It's time to flex because you're getting stronger. Life does not get easier. We just get stronger. As we are going through life, this journey of life, as we progress through this year, sometimes things could get overwhelming. I was talking to a friend and she was sharing something that happened maybe 2 or 3 days ago, which was major. Then today, something else happened, major again. And then sometimes we have that thought that, man, when it rains, it pours. I'm not discrediting that feeling. I'm not trying to minimize that sensation. Trust me, I get it. I simply want to say that as we move through life, it's not gonna get easier. We simply get stronger through the process. So sometimes we just gotta flex on them. Sometimes you just gotta flex and just know that as you go through your process, you are getting stronger. Life isn't getting easier. We could think about things that we could do now that we were not able to do as children, or maybe things that we weren't able to do even last month or at the start of this year. And it's not always physical strength. There's a certain level that we now are that we work to get there based off of some of the habits we've been working on this year. Remember, life does not get easier. We simply get stronger. Remember, I'm a teacher, not a speaker. In the animal kingdom, there's a hermit crab. There's different variations of this hermit crab, but for the most part, they have like a hard exoskeleton at the front part of their body, and the rear part of their body is actually more delicate and soft. So what hermit crabs do is they find a shell and they tuck in, they kind of step backwards into it, and they carry this shell. Now, a hermit crab does not go and find the biggest shell. It has to start with a small shell because a big shell will be too heavy for it. But what happens is that hermit crab may struggle to move even the shell that fits its body. It's gonna be challenging, but over time, the more that hermit crab pulls around that shell and develops, it starts to get larger to the point that when it flexes on them, it could barely fit in the shell. So what does it have to do? It has to get out of that shell. It's going to another level. It finds another shell and then it backs into that shell and the process starts over again. It's a cycle. So as we go through those moments where we may have to make that shift, we may have to move, we may feel almost as if we're constrained. Just know that those problems that we face, honestly, they may continue to come because life does not get easier. But I will say this, we get stronger. So I want you all to flex as we move through this day, as you move through this month, as you progress through this year. I want us to just be encouraged by the mere fact that we are getting stronger whenever we face that opposition. It's just like being in the weight room, throwing up that bench. I'm gonna encourage us to just persevere, to keep going, face those obstacles. We can't stop in the middle of that workout. I'm on my fitness journey, over 400 days of rise and grind. I've been running at least a mile every day. But in the past, when I used to run longer distances, I did not run on the treadmill. Why? Because if I ran on the treadmill and I got a cramp or my leg was hurting or I got a stomach ache, I could stop the treadmill. But when I ran out on the trail, when I ran out on the road, I had no choice but to keep going. Even if I got that leg cramp, even if I had to turn around and come back and cut my run short, even if I had to walk or crawl, I didn't have to crawl, but even if I did, nobody would come and pick me up and bring me back. I had to complete the journey. Through that process, I got stronger. Life will not get easier. That's something that we have to face. It's not getting easier, but we are getting stronger. And that's how we're gonna excel through life and move towards abundance. Remember, I'm a teacher, not a speaker. I want you all to have an amazing day.